But I know if the people that I'm thinking about when I see them knew what I was thinking at that time, they might be like, what? Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odom. I am your host, J.O. Tell you what, this is what I did today. It's a big freaking deal. Big deal. So I'm at work this morning. I'm probably, probably 3 feet face-to-face with a customer, right? Customer yawns. Giant yawn. Some of you right now listening, me just saying the word yawn, you're yawning. I didn't yawn. Not once. Looked him straight in the eye. Nothing. I was like, what are you doing? You tired? Yep. I laughed it off. Just built different. Not everybody can do that. Yawns are contagious. There's a lot of things contagious in this world. It's the original COVID, Everybody would get it. It'd put you down, too. But, not J.O. Not J.O. But that was probably the biggest win I had today. Other than that, just another day at the office, helping folks, doing the right things, selling stuff, being a company man. That's really what it came down to today. But I will say, there was an area that maybe, I could be better at, for sure. And it's not that I say or actually do anything wrong in this regard that causes any harm, but I know if the people that I'm thinking about when I see them knew what I was thinking at that time, they might be like, what? Who the hell do you think you are? And I have to be like, well, I'm Jeremy, and then it'd be a whole introduction process. But no, when I see people walk in with a big nose, I immediately think, boy, he got that thing on him. Like I instantly, like, man, he got that thing on him. And I'm talking about that nose. Noses are different. Some people have big noses. Some people have small noses. Some people just have the perfect nose, and maybe it was surgically repaired. I don't know. All I know is that, I notice, and some of y'all got that big thing on you. But it's like there's not any cool, people with big noses sometimes like, oh, look at the honker on that guy. That's a terrible nickname. That's a terrible word to use when you're talking about somebody's big-ass nose. It's not like feet. Like, people who have big-ass feet, they've got some cool nicknames, They get called Bigfoot. That's legit. Big wheels. Oh, look at the wheels on that guy. Heavy hitters. I've heard that before. Oh, look at the bigs on that girl. They ain't talking about her boobs. Talking about her feet. That's what they're talking about. Oh, look at this guy with his big timers. His feet. We need some cool nicknames for big-ass noses, We just do. They're just not the same as the feet. They get all the love. All of the love. We've got a live comedy show coming up March 8th. It's a Friday night. It's in Sioux City, Iowa. I expect you to be there. Unless, of course, you have other plans or maybe you live far away. In that case, that's okay. But send me a message. Just say, hey, good luck, Jeremy. Break a leg. Tell the thong song joke. That'd be cool. So maybe send me a note in that regard. But I don't know. Today was a good day. Didn't yawn. I've seen a lot of big-ass noses lately. You think COVID has caused people's noses to maybe grow? Or maybe, we're in that little mix of where it's still winter, but we're getting like good streaks of spring. So allergy season, people's allergies maybe are flaring up, or maybe people have colds, maybe they're blowing their nose a lot, and maybe that kind of flares them up. Does it grow like 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes, the normal size when you do that? Because I don't think I've ever really had that problem. It gets red. I've had a red nose. Been called Rudolph before. There's a nickname for a nose. But I don't know. I've never really seen it swell up. I know if you have work done on it. Like, I've got 2 nose piercings. My nose didn't swell up. Just bled a little bit. Very sore. That was about it. Yeah, I randomly just promoted my show, March 8th, here in between my rants. So that's cool. I didn't plan for that. We're just kind of riffing right now. That's kind of, here we are. This is the 24th episode of Laugh With Me. We are heading towards the end of season 1. It's been a hell of a ride. We're gearing up for season 2, which, by the way, when we debut season 2, when we launch, we have the first premiere episode. That means we're launching on YouTube for the first time ever, and you can find the Laugh With Me episodes on YouTube. You can stream the audio, and you might even have some pictures for you. Yeah, that's if Johnny does his job. If Johnny takes those training classes I've been sending him, then you just might be able to get some edited video. Be able to see some pictures and watch me talk about that big ass nose. Some people, they got that thang on them. Well, one thing we are looking for as we get ready for season 2, we're currently on the wind down of season 1, but we're searching for our title sponsor of Laugh With Me on YouTube. We're going to find the perfect match, the perfect partner to come with the podcast and spread the message out to the folks and get their message out as well. Someone I've been thinking about that would be just the perfect match with Laugh With Me. How about Hey Dudes? Huh? Are you familiar with Hey Dude, the shoe company? Well, if you're not familiar with Hey Dude, it's a very comfy shoe, first of all. Second of all, did you know kind of what they're about? Their whole thing was just like, we wanted to make a tried and true shoe, nothing too flashy, nothing too spectacular, but something that just looked like it was essential, something you could just have around the house, you could throw on your foot, something that's ultra comfortable, ultra soft, very light, something with some earth tones to them, something that kind of match with anything you're wearing, something easy to wear, and something that the older you get, you're going to look at and be like, God damn, that's a good shoe. Yeah, Hey Dude, proud sponsor of Laugh With Me, and they are the sponsor of this week's episode, and hopefully title sponsor of the YouTube launch on season 2. If you go to their website right now, you can get 15% off your first purchase on Hey Dude. That's at heydude.com. Kind of in that weird phase right now of the year where there's not really anything really good, like new shows out right now. Or if there is anything that's new, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'm watching that, but I'm watching it week to week. It's not anything that I can binge. So I'm watching old shows that I used to love, tried and true shows, but maybe seasons that I didn't watch. So I didn't watch Survivor season 45, which was last fall. And I'm binging that right now. I gotta tell you, big fan of Survivor. Been a fan since day one. Richard Hatch winning season 1. I've been a fan since the beginning. And I feel like they've lost their way a little bit. Where are the villains? Where are the bad guys? There is no more bad guys in this show. And I noticed it probably 5-6 episodes in. And then I'm on the Twitter, and I see Jeff Probst, who, as we know, is the host of Survivor, also executive producer. He was on a podcast recently where he said, in the early episodes, they had those villains. They had those big, larger-than-life characters doing negative things, the yelling, the screaming in your face. And he said, as long as I'm in charge, as long as this is my show, we will not be having that. Buddy, that's compelling TV. I don't know what happened, but since pandemic, television has very much steered clear of the confrontation. And when you start looking at other, reality and competition and type TV shows, you can see it. Shows that thrived off of the in-your-face, back and forth. They're not doing that anymore. Look at The Challenge on MTV. It's the same way. Now you're looking more into the strategy and the athletic portion of the competition, which super important. Both of them super important. But the villain made the strategy in Survivor even more compelling because it truly is like life. I mean, there is villains in your life. There's always going to be a Joker to your Batman. Somebody is in your way to whatever your goal or whatever your end game is. And the best and first social experiment in reality television history is starting to get a little watered down, and I'm concerned because I would love to play the game someday, and I'm concerned that if I get the competitive juices flowing and I start to get a little villainous, that the host may not let me play the game. I want to play the game. Why do you think professional wrestling is so popular? You've got to have the good guys, you got to have the bad guys. And I'm not going to get into the real and the fake of the competition today. But it's the back and forth that makes it all so compelling. It doesn't have to be violent, right? It doesn't have to be where somebody truly gets hurt, but still, it's part of the game. Anyway, I'm watching Survivor. That's the first thing that I noticed. Where are the villains? We need villains. Not everybody can be the same character, right? We love the personalities. That's why we love the game, because it had different types of people from all over. Secondly, why is it a blanket thing now where you don't go look for idols? So for those of you who've never seen Survivor, hidden in the jungle, there's always a hidden immunity idol in play that you can go and find, or you can find clues that'll lead you to one so that you're safe at the next vote, or a future vote. If I'm in the game, I'm looking for an idol. I mean, you want to make sure that you survive to the next day or the next 2 days. I mean, that's the goal, is to get past the next vote. And if you have an automatic in your pocket, you take the automatic in your pocket. It just doesn't make any sense. The gambler's always going to want the inside information before he places his bets. Give me the advantage, right? Before I go to tribal council, or I could be voted out, at least let me get all the advantages I can possibly get to help me. It's insane. They're like, making each other feel bad that they're having to explain why they were out looking for an idol. Shoot, I'd be out there. Yeah, I would be looking for an idol 100%. And I wouldn't be shy about it. In fact, I would be encouraging we all go do it, because we're playing a freaking game. And I would also want anybody else in my alliance to also be doing this. And that's the next thing. These alliances. It seems like everybody's in an alliance with everybody. Like, it used to be you'd have, your buddy that you had a secret alliance with, that you just, from day one, maybe you or day 3, or whenever you felt that bond, and it's like, all right, let's do this. We're going to play this game together. Let's go. And you weren't constantly flip-flopping behind their back. It's like everybody's in an alliance with everybody. That's why we need more villains. We need people stirring it up. It's like everybody's just wishy-washy out there. And I love that show, man. That show's a lot of fun. It's one of the reality shows that it could stand the test of time, because it can evolve, but it's the true social experiment. But man, I just feel like it's getting watered down quite a bit. And that's when it gets bland. That's when people stop watching. I sure hope that's not the case. I really think they should cast some folks with some big nose. Some big ass noses. Then we'll get some nicknames. People. Then we'll get some villains walking up off the boat. Oh, look at the guy with that thing on him. I think the thing I like the most about my Hey Dude shoes is like I can just slip them on. You know, I don't have to tie my shoes. Just kind of pull the shoelaces. It tightens it up enough. I can kind of wear them super comfy. I can wear them anywhere. You know, I can wear just basketball shorts. I can throw on the Hey Dudes. If I'm wearing jeans, I wear the Hey Dude. If I'm wearing dress pants, yeah, they can pair with dress pants as well. I mean, they are some of the cushiest, softest, airest, featherest, lightest shoes on earth. It's true. Just check out the website. It says it right on there. And they would never lie to you on their own freaking website. God, they fit so well. You can find them just about anywhere that sells shoes. So, but you can get 15% off your first order at heydude.com. And they're a proud sponsor of Laugh With Me. So I Googled nicknames for people with a big nose. This is what people have come up with. Beak. Yeah, that'll get it done. Beak. No, Johnny, that's did not deserve it. Conk? No, Conk's not gonna do it. Honker. All right, honker's not too bad. Neb. I don't know what neb is. Just strictly nose. No, that's nozzle. Look at the nozzle on that guy. No. Schnozzle. Yeah, I'm gonna be at work. Some guy with a big ass nose is gonna come in. I'm gonna be thinking, oh, look at the schnozzle on that guy. No, that's never gonna run through my brain. But I am gonna be thinking, look at the fellow with that thing on him. Like there's nothing wrong with thinking it, right? We all have things that we think as long as we don't say it. Just don't say it out loud. It's not gonna happen. Oh, Johnny, you kind of got that thing on you. People ever say that about you? You got your ears. You kind of got an odd face, buddy. You got the big ass ears, a little bit of a big ass nose. You got that thing on you. It's all good, brother. We all got something, right? I was blessed with the red hair, which you would think, oh, look at this guy with the red hair. It can't be that bad. No, it's terrible. You get tormented as a kid, but now I've got all the old ladies. Look at such beautiful hair. It kind of comes with genetics of looking younger as older as you get. So, I mean, I remember being 25, maybe even older, getting close to 30. And I'd be out, carrying out some groceries on a summer day, and the customer would be like, "Oh, when do you go back to school?" I'm like, "God, I graduated." And like, "Oh, do you go to college? You going to college now?" Like I'm a senior or something. Like, nah, I've got a kid. Like I don't know. People always said, "Oh, you're gonna be blessed with that. That's gonna be something that you're gonna love as you get older." I suppose it's not all bad. I mean, I get carded, or I did get carded all the time. Now I'm not getting carded nearly enough. That's part of it. But now I'm going out far less than I used to when I was younger. So the opportunity to be carded isn't as often. So now, as I'm not getting carded as often when I do go out, it's even more of a problem, even more of a pain in my side. At least I don't have that thing on me, though. We're going to get out of here, but please, please, please make sure you subscribe, follow wherever you're listening, whether that's on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. Find us on all our socials. We're on the Twitter at LaughWithMePod, at JO from Nebraska, Instagram at LaughWithMePodcast, on the TikTok at Jeremy Odom, on YouTube, Laugh With Me Podcast, or at Jeremy Odom as well. So give us a follow. Lots of new content coming out, even more as we get geared up for Season 2 of the Laugh With Me podcast launch on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Big episode coming next week. Grant Pearson is our guest, and we're going to be talking about the Academy Awards. He's seen every single Best Picture nominee. We're going to be talking about those films. Also going to be talking about the Razzies and some of the worst films of the year. He's a movie junkie, and we're going to get pretty deep into the weeds about it. I've got some very serious questions for him, including why he hates Jared Leto's Joker. I mean, I know this has got nothing to do with any of the pictures nominated in this year's Academy Awards, but man, he's got a thing about Jared Leto's Joker. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But Grant Pearson returns to the Laugh With Me podcast next week. Thanks for listening.